Hello, everyone. Hope you had a wonderful and green trading week. Again, another crazy week ahead with this whole Brexit situation. As I noted last week, again, I had my doubts about getting a deal, period. And then I said, going into Parliament, that's probably where we're going to have the issues as politics would get involved. So that's where basically we are at right now. That all aside, I'm not going to really dive into it this time. Um, if you want to reference my thoughts on everything, you can watch last week's video. So as far as the overall price action here with the dollar, looking at the weekly time frame view, obviously was under some pressure here with what we saw with the pound. Pound had a pretty strong rally last week on the back of the whole deal that was brought forth. And again, I do believe what we're going to see here on the back of the no vote on the Brexit deal, going to see a little bit of a recovery earlier in the week here, up into around 97.80 to 85 for the dollar, and then we'll see if we get even further push to the upside from there. That's basically where I have it going. Looking at our daily time frame view, what I'm expecting here is to basically bounce off of the lows here around that 97 level, 96, 92. Filled the gap here that we had in place from a while back. Again, looking for a little bit of a recovery here as the pound will be under some pressure initially, and then we'll start looking at some hopes coming in. So we're probably just going to be chopping around in this general vicinity here between, let's say, opening price will probably be a gap up here for the dollar, a little bit of a retracement back up into that 97.80, 84 level, and then looking at, again, probably some dwindling price action here. So it's going to be a choppy first half of the week at least, maybe even lasting all week into next week. We'll see how this all plays out. But again, it all is dependent upon what we're seeing with the pound, and basically that is taking the front run on all of the action that we've been seeing lately with the dollar being under pressure on the back of the pound being squeezed to the upside. So I do believe we do see a recovery up into around that 97.80 to 85 level. Let's go ahead and move on forward with gold being, again, same type of a story here with the Brexit situation, uncertainty there, and still looking more bullish for gold in my opinion. Just looking at our weekly time frame view, you can see we have been consolidating very nicely here. I still believe that we are going to see upside push here. We do have some pressure to get above that 1495 level. Seems to be holding up pretty well thus far as resistance, which is actually the 50 fib level here, just kind of looking out in time. Let's see if I can get a good look at it here monthly. So I'll just go ahead and cut this duplicative pair out of here. Again, I use this template just for all of you for YouTube. I have another template that I do use for myself and for my members, so that way I don't have any issues here. So you can see I put this line back in here a long time ago. Still haven't quite gotten back up to that 1700 level, but it is underway long term, of course. So as you can see here, looking at our monthly time frame view, we are trying to put in a nice little consolidation here between that 1465 and that 1550 level. Looking pretty good so far. Obviously, we have a few more weeks left to go here in this month, so probably looking at a squeeze further up here into that 1520 level. So let's just go ahead and just drop down into our 4-hour time frame view. Some of the levels that we need to be paying attention to, as I mentioned before, was around that 1495 level. It's holding up as resistance, but it is coiling itself up, looking for probably a gap up to start off the week here, close to that 1497, 1498 level, maybe hitting near 1499 or so, and then looking for a little bit of a reversal here to consolidate and test that 1494, 1495 area. If she can go ahead and continue, and we'll see what happens with this whole Brexit drama, we should still see sustained push to the upside here. And then once we crack above that 1500 level, we should be on our way into that 1516 to 1517 area. And as you can see in time, after we break above that 1520, we'll be on our way into the 1535 to 1545 level within no time at all. But again, we'll have a lot of resistance at that time. So again, in alignment with what I'm seeing in this monthly candle, we still do have some further work to do as far as sideways movement, consolidation, and this churn to the upside. But once we do go ahead and clear those 1550s, then we'll be on our way ready for that move up into the test, the 1590 to 1595 level which again is the next fib level to the upside that I'm watching as resistance on our way up. But near term, we are going to have some further chop, expecting an overnight gap to occur here from the weekend news event that occurred with the whole EU Brexit situation. Around 1495 or so is going to be the area that I'll be watching for sustained support to be built. Then we can look for a further push and another attempt into that 1500 level to try to get up into this 1510 to 1512s. Beyond that, looking for a squeeze up into 1520 and then some above that into the 1530 to 1540 to 45 levels. So a lot of work to be done to get up into this area here. Again, the Brexit news itself could get us up into that area overall, but I think that near term we're going to still be kind of turning around a little bit here, trying to get our bearings before we can get our move up into the plus 1500 to 1510 to 20 area. So there's going to be a lot of price action juggling in this area overall before we can go ahead and continue to go to the upside. But yes, longer term, I am still looking at bullish action for gold. Crude oil, same type of a story here. Last week I was looking for, again, some more downside push here, being kind of resilient thus far. Kind of a little bit of a pain here. I do still believe that there is a possibility for crude to try to push up into the 55-60 area. It is possible. It is not sustainable. So after that mark is hit to the upside, then I'd be looking for, again, further downside push. My downside outlook is unchanged. Just waiting for this upside push to basically come to a completion here, and then we'll be looking for, again, move back into that 53.20 to 52 level range, and then after we break below that 52 range, then we'll be challenging that 50-60 level, and then longer term, obviously I have us going sub 50 into those 47.50s, but again, that is longer term. So let's just go ahead and look at what's happening in the 4-hour time frame view, kind of get an idea of what to expect here. And we are zoomed in very, very closely. There we go. So again, looking at this price action here, very, very strong. Tried to hold that 54, looks to be 54.60 level, unable to do so. Again, tested it, unable to do so again. Probably start a little bit stronger note as well. There was a situation happen in Iran, so there might be some gap to the upside here a little bit, but then we'll be, again, trying to churn and get into this area again, 54.50s. It is possible, as I said, that we could see 55.50, 55.60 hit, but I doubt that that area can be sustained. Still, that global growth story is what is plaguing the price of oil from pushing up too high. So again, we're still looking at, probably going back up into these 54.50s with a possibility again of getting up in that 55.50, 55.60 area, and then a pretty nice little reversal here into the 53.20 area, 53.30s, and then again back within this overall range here between, as I said, 54.50 down to the lows here, 51.50. It's a pretty wide range here, and then if you're looking at on a smaller level here, you're looking at around 52.50 to around 50, looks like 53.75. I might have misspoken a little bit there, but again, the main message is still looking for another push to the upside here. We'll push back down to this 53.20, 53.50 area, and then look for another challenge of those 52s. And then sub 51.50 obviously is going to be a quick move into those 50.60s. But again, it seems like near term that's going to be kind of pushed off, and we're looking at a little bit more upside push here, 54s, 54.50s, and then we'll see if she can make a dance above that 54.50 or not. In the event she does squeeze to the upside, watch that 55.50 to 55.60 area, and then we'll be looking for that reversal. I highly doubt that we'll be able to hold support above that 54.60 level for too long. Natural gas, another complicated outlook here. Was looking for further downside push. It kind of recovered pretty well towards the latter part of the week. Pushing right back up into overall resistance here. Now I'm going to go ahead and just go to my daily time frame view. Still, the main mark here is going to be that 2.35 to 2.36 area. Now, if she can get above that 2.36 area, then we can start talking about a possible run up into 245 to 250. For right now, still kind of uncertain as to whether or not she'll actually be able to make that move. Again, it just depends on if she can consolidate, hold that 2.36 level of support. She holds it, then 2.4 is the next big one. She gets over that hurdle, consolidates, then we can start talking about a run back up into 2.5 to maybe 2.52 ish area. But beyond that, I still believe longer term we are going to be looking at a reversal down to the 2.6 and sub 2 levels. So again, just kind of waiting for this to shake itself out a little bit. And the reason why I say that, again, just to kind of reference for those of you that might be new to the channel here that may just kind of be wondering what I'm talking about here. If you look back in time here, when we were back in 2015 or so, we saw this wide-ranging price action uncertain, and then we saw this nice little dump off over the preceding months heading into 2016. Very, very similar type of price action look here. So again, we could be dancing all over the map, which is why I alluded that if we hold that 240, we could see those 250s to 253s or so, and then look for another reversal here to test that support around a 2.6, break the 2.6s. Then again, we'll be testing the 2s, and then again starting to push down into sub 2 levels into the 160s. Again, just like with oil, that is a longer term outlook picture. Near term, again, still need to see what happens with this 2.36 area. Gets up into the 2.4s, holds the 2.4s, then I'll be looking for potential upside push into those 2.50s. But beyond that, I wouldn't get too excited above a push above those 2.5. Let's say 2.54 would be the max high on this overall move in the event that she did push to the upside. So that's what I'm seeing across the board here. A lot of if, ands, or buts, a lot of contingencies, but just need to kind of stick to the course, watch the pertinent levels, and just react accordingly and plan for both types of outcomes on natural gas, crude oil, and as well gold, dollar, going to be impacted heavily with what's happening with this Brexit deal. So make sure you stay sharp, put your stop losses in place, and always protect your principal. Have a wonderful and green trading week. Just so everybody knows, I am going to be going away the weekend of November 2nd. I will try to put out a video for you all on that Friday. That way, at least you have one video. And then the preceding weekend after that, I will not be putting out a video because I'll be coming home later on that weekend, potentially, unless we get successful, in which case I'll be home early and I'll let everybody know accordingly. So, again, have a green trading week and stay alert and protect yourselves.